Cell, and we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101. Motorcycling is life. Big Cell, FHO's HNIC. Mr. Him being everywhere.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business.
What's up, Big Cell? This is your boy Passionate from the Light Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
I swear your body looking so amazing. Like the fact that you're not complacent. I wanna make some arrangements. Why you gotta be so dangerous? Got me feeling anxious, you know what I'm thinking. Let me show you what it is. Pull up a couple Castile, I'ma show you how I live. I like it lavish, like a Maserati. Sex above average, be bout that action. Like my bitch sassy, gotta be classy. Show me what you working with, like you working the magic.
Mother chapter.
You gotta be
Out here chilling with Big Cell from FHO. We keep getting in for y'all.
Guaranteed satisfaction. I'm all about that, and I don't do no subtraction now.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
Say, man, you motherfuckers know what it is, man. Hold on, let me turn down something. Here we go. Now we on point, man. But you motherfuckers know what it is. It is Wednesday night, MC 101, where the real, the motorcycling motherfucking real is going down tonight. I'm glad you guys can tune in, all of those who have tuned in. And for all of those you haven't, if you're catching the rerun, thank you. Number one, let me say this. If you are on the FHO platform, please make sure you subscribe, like the channel, and look at him with that bullshit, with that Raider shit. That's the only thing. That is the only thing that I got to get used to is this Raider shit, man. You understand me? But anyway, if you are on the platform, make sure you subscribe and tell other people about the platform, and make sure you pass this on the Wednesday show, my man Two Guns. And again, at the end of the day, it's about education, and I'm gonna do some stuff before we get into the show, but. Again, I just want to say thank you for everybody for supporting the platform, for supporting MC 101 protocol and the whole 9 yards, and supporting FHO, and together hopefully we can make a change. My man Two Guns, again, brother, I salute you as always for even having the taking the time to care to teach us this motorcycle thing that you've been able to experience over the last 15, 20 years or so. So that's a blessing and an honor within itself, brother. So thank you for that.
All right, sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So tonight, man, we finna get it crazy. We talking about vests, and let me say this: since the original post went up, Guns, I told you I done got several phone calls. What happens is I didn't even know nothing about the post, but when we always wait for you to post it, and I repost it. So when I saw the post and then the pictures that you use, I know that girl. I know the girl, the club, and the whole 9 yards. And the beautiful thing is that. That picture is so old. This is when this first started. So I will tell you this. The female in that picture, because this is what everybody should have been asking, was she ever educated about the mistake she made with the vest? And does she understand now, about the whole situation? I'm going to tell you, yes, she does. She's a hell of a female from a hell of a bike club, one of the baddest bike clubs around. They're holding down Memphis. All Harleys, the whole, they doing their thing, and she rides, and she's a very beautiful person. And at that time, she was brand new. So I think my man Proof from Outkast asked the question was, before this picture, had she been educated? And she had not been educated. She didn't even know. You feel what I'm saying? But now she knows. Yeah. And this is what I was going to tell y'all people. some of the ignorant shit we do will come back to haunt us years later. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how the circle came about between me and guns. And again, I happen to know this young lady, so it is amazing to see it. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. She done bounced back. She doing her thing. She a bad mama jam out here on the set. Her club is an awesome club, for a lady, a group of females, man, who ride and put it down. So, again, kudos to them. And like I said, that picture was what they call it. Was 10 a decade ago? That was a decade ago. So yeah, so she has definitely got it together and on point, man. So again, shout out to the club and any old bad memories that picture brought up, but. We're going to get into that tonight, man, because you ladies are not the only one and have not been the only one. And unfortunately, it's been a lot of male MCs doing a bunch of that dumb shit. You feel me? And so we could bring up pictures now. So don't think we on purposely targeted these young ladies or whatever, because we didn't. And I don't know how. I don't even know. You said that picture came from another topic some years ago, huh?
Yeah, it came from a topic, and the topic at that time frame was on another platform. And the actual picture itself, along with three other pictures, I think it was 3 pictures all together in the group, actually showed her face, showed the club's name, everything. And I know back in the days or whatever it was, there was I think they addressed it or whatever it is and said it was. But I went in. I don't like to do the throwing clubs names out there and things like that. In all honesty, I mean, you know them. There might be some people that might be in that general area that might know them, but I purposely took all the names off, used paint to take all the names off, cut her face in half. I could have took her face completely off, but again, it's just a tool of trade to try to show some information. I wanted to address it because I had been hearing a bunch of stuff and got sent so many pictures of just straight up vest violations. I mean, and I get that a lot. You know, I mean, I used to get it. I guarantee you at the other platform, I would get 150, 200 pictures every day of vests. And the bad part about it, like you just said, 9 times out of 10, it wasn't the ladies that was doing it. I mean, it was clubs that was doing it. And again, this is, something that was relevant. I don't know what happened or how it got out, or how people started doing that, because it's never been that way from my coming up on the West Coast. It never was that way. And that's why I wanted to kind of address it tonight. Some of just understanding of the respects that you pay to your vest, and the reason why a lot of people take it real personal when you do stuff like that.
Yeah. So we're going to get into that tonight, but I just wanted to give that personal apology to my girls out there in Memphis. Big Cell love you. Two Guns don't know you, but he love you. And again, like I said, that picture was years ago, so it was a learning lesson then. And like I said, the women of that area, of that club, are kicking ass right now. That particular female is kicking ass right now. So again, mad shout out to them and nothing but love. Let me do this roll call real quick and we're going to get into this. New York, what up? Derek Nice Davis, what's happening? R. Caldwell, Ladero Walker, Philly DBMC DE, what up? KG, Herb Harley, Warren Charlie, Violator Woman Center. What's up, Violator? Falcon Nation, boy, y'all be killing me. Falcons are ready, and it's y'all fans are very. It's amazing that they still even have. And then you Violator, you gonna say the Falcons really? The Pigeons? I mean, but anyway, let me get on past that. I got all day on that. Joseph Pierce, John O. Hello from John O. What's that? Protocol Redeemed. What up, MC Houston, Texas? Lost One Kern, D Minor. OG Al. What up, my man OG Al? Let me tell you something, man. OG Al is a for real OG, man. I am blessed to have him a part of FHO organization. He's probably going to be the West Coast shot caller out that way for FHO, man. So shout out to my man OG Al. Ears always open, mouth always closed, ready to learn. Terrence People, what up? Donovan King. Violet said, what's up, Two Guns? Swift. Soulfly Cobb, Vernon Poe, what up, Bolo? Miss Tamika Tillman, what up, Lil Sugar? Sean Beatty, Stiff, Smokey Miller, Antoine Nabar, what's up, Antoine? New York, Kevin Showtime Walker, Georgia Boy 23, Moonchild, what's good? What's happening, everybody? That's on YouTube. Real quick, this Idella Simmons, Teresa Sweetie Sykes, Warren Swift, Taylor May, Stacey Ray Stewart, James Rogers. What up, Miss Teresa? I love you, mama. Martin Walker, Shanique Cleandra Jones. She damn near sound like Cleopatra Jones, but
No, right?
Shanique Cleandra Jones, Tracy Brown, Ruben Trotter, Ramona Wade. What's up, Mona? Terrence Dickens, Roland High. What up, Blue? WRI, Women of Iron Motorcycle Club. What's happening? Patrick Gates, Buck Jones, Marcus Olin Palmer, JoJo K.O. What up, JoJo? Kings of the South in the building. Deanna Hammond. What's up, Miss Deanna Hammond? I love you, mama. Alley Cat. What up, Alley Cat? Dante Cofield, Anthony Hanlon, Theodore Wright, Fabian Sanders. What up, Faye? Willie Germany. What up, Willie? What up, James Franklin? Pound for pound in the building. My man Wild Child. What up, Marvin Hogan's? My man King Marvel. What's happening with you? Jeanette Yazir, Sunshine Rogers. What's up, Sunshine? I got some heavy hitters on here, man. Sunshine Rogers, Flocko Breed, Terry Pritchett. Are y'all serious? Byron Wilson, Jacqueline Feisty Branch, Ruben Taylor. What up, Proof? I just mentioned your name, Proof. I hope I was able to do that. Jack Pope. What up, Bam? Isaac Walls. And again, pound for pound checking in. So we're going to get this thing started, man. And it is what it is, man. Y'all get in, stay tuned for a roller coaster, man. We finna do some riding tonight, man. We finna do some riding for real, man.
Checking in from an undisclosed location. This is your boy King Pooh, representing the Kings of the South Atlanta Mother Chapter. And every time I get a chance, best believe I'm listening to my boy Phil on FHO Podcast Radio. Let's get it.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Sil, man, the SHONICKEMMY, man. You know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
What's up? This your girl, Lil Tigger. I'm chilling with my boy, Big Sil, and you'll listen to FHO Podcast Radio. Stay tuned.
All right, let's get this thing cracking, man. I'm finna get it right. I'm finna get right to the shits, man. Right to the shits. I'm gonna say what you got? Go ahead.
You touch on something real quick, man. I got a guy that's out in the Memphis area, man. Low tight with Deuces, man. He went by, took a look at him, see how he's doing. He's on his last legs. He been fighting. They basically was saying he wasn't gonna make it another month, and that was 5 years ago. He used to be. I usually don't name drop, but he was on All Riders Radio with me. Started with me. Everybody know Tim, Zodiacs. So he was on dialysis, and they took him off dialysis, and now they're gonna go ahead and they got hospice coming in. So he's only got a little bit left. So I just want to give a shout out to him, man. He's been, the last 5 years, he's been a voice. He's been my mentor. I can call him up anytime. He calls me up all the time, and we just sit there and just laugh and chop it up. It's just one of those guys that a soldier, man, personal friend, and I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss the conversations. I mean, it's a part of life we do. We born to go on to that next level. But the way I look at it, man, with him, and what I told his family is, look at it and be proud, because he's giving back to this MC community. Anybody in that Memphis area know him. I mean, he's on the streets, and when he got to the point where he couldn't be on the streets, he was still on the streets. So. He just soldiered up and did what he had to do, man. But respect to that man. I love him with all my heart, man. And it is what it is, man. We just keep it pushing, man. We pass that knowledge on to the next level. He gave it to me, and we pushing it on.
All right, well, let's do this, man. Let's do a good Lord have mercy. I knew that was gonna happen. Let's do this. Let's do a moment of silence. Let's do a moment of silence. Let's do it, but. Let's do a 20-second moment of silence, man, and we'll count this thing off in honor of my man, Tim. All right, so 20-second moment of silence, man. For my man Tim. All right, I don't know if we. Let me see. Did we? I don't know if we did or not. If we lost connection. Anyway, it said we have. But anyway, we're gonna keep going on this end over here. All right, so let me say this, man, right off the rip. A lot of us, and a lot of you. I'm gonna say a lot of us and a lot of you, which is everybody, incorporates everybody, don't understand the importance of your vest, of your colors, past getting them. Some of you guys prospect, some of you guys went through hell to get them, and when you get them, you don't even understand what it is that you have in your possession, what it is that it means. So the vest is almost treated so wrongly, in a sense, that you can do some of the stuff that we've been doing with the vest, and some of the stuff you've been seeing with the vest, leaving your vest on your motorcycle, and leaving it on the back of a chair, and just different things, and being out of your vest being out of your presence. I remember a situation we had here in Atlanta where at one of my races, apparently somebody was breaking in cars, and people had left their vests in cars, and they was breaking in there taking their vests. And this is what I told them. I said it's only two reasons why a person would take your vest. Either they in a motorcycle arena, it was somebody in a motorcycle arena, and they know what taking your vest means, or the thief might have thought you had a wallet in there or something, so they grabbed it to get that. Other than that, but the biggest thing and the bigger thing of it was is that you never leave your vest unattended, and people didn't understand that. And I'm glad you picked this topic tonight because, like I said, I've seen it so many times, and I don't think I've ever been guilty of it. If anybody can find a picture of me ever doing that, please forward it. If I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever done it. But that part of the education, I believe, and I want to say this even a proof. We assume that a lot of people already assume or know that know that protocol and know that importance, and they don't. And that's how you get the kind of pictures that we had and so forth and so on, and all of the pictures that we got. So let's go. Let's get into it, sir. Let's get into it. Where do you want to start? Hold on. What we got going? Okay, so something just happened. Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now where do we start?
So, I'm going to start just so people get the understanding of, for me, and this is just me personally, but, I kind of think a lot of folks that they lived this life and they've been a part of this life, they kind of, they're kind of in the same concept, same processes. So, for 1%er, man, your vest is, that's your life. It's everything. That vest means, you're nothing without, in all honesty, when it comes down to it, you're nothing without that vest. So when we look at it, so you understand how it is for us, my former nation, I had 15 rest in pieces on my vest. Out of those 15, 8 of them went by way of something that wasn't just natural causes. I had so many people that got injured, crippled. Some died, some lived, some walk around with bullet wounds in their body right now. People that's in my chapter, people close to me. I'm talking about sat down in my house, broke bread, was part of my barbecues, hung out with me, had my back 100%. And so when I look at that, when I see you take your vest off, and I see you, being lackadaisical with your vest, like doing things with your vest, I see you put your vest down. I look at that as you have absolutely no respect for the people that came before you, because there's people that lost their lives for that vest, and you don't understand it until in your chapter, in your club, somebody close loses their life on that road. They could just go down, but that vest means everything, because that vest, in terms of how we look at it, is that person may die, but he keeps going because he's a part of that MC. He keeps living. And with my former nation, we call out everybody's name from the start from the first one that died to the last one that died. We call them out every time. And that right there is just remembered that this person is still with us, even though he's not with us anymore. So when you carry that vest is everything in terms of the MC. I'm not talking about personal stuff. It don't make you a man. It don't make you this. It don't make you that. But when it comes to that motorcycle club, you always want to represent, and your vest is basically a representation of your club. It's everything about your club. It's how you present yourself. It's how you are. It's if I see you doing something that's like just leaving shit on the thing, then that tells me that it doesn't really mean that much to you. And you might have prospected for a year, 2 years. You might have prospected for 5 months, 5 days. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you understood during that time frame that your vest should never ever leave your person. And the rules that I live by, and the rules that I was raised by, is the only time that your vest comes off your body is if one of your members is taking it off your body because you did it, or you at home and you take your vest off. That's it. Other than that, that vest should be on your body at all times. Yeah, I know it's hot. Shit. I lived in California. I lived in Virginia. I lived in.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there, because I hear that all the time. Let me tell you something. And this used to burn me the fuck up. And I'm man, you just struck a chord with that one. When I hear a person say that they don't want to wear their vest because it's too hot, dude, that to me, it almost should be like a button that I could push and just vanish you off the face of the earth. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I used to tell people. And I used to tell my former, my club brothers that was on my side, motherfucker, so you think you the only one hot with a vest on? You know what I'm saying? So you the only motherfucker, your vest is just, got a heater system in it and all that. So you the only motherfucker hot, and you the only motherfucker feel that way. I said, let me tell you something. We do stuff in life. Not everything is by feeling. And I tell this story too. Is that I don't ride my motorcycle because it feel good. Because it's been times I've been on that motherfucker and I want to get off that bitch and throw it into the dirt. But I ride it because it's the pride and what it stands for. It's the same thing with wearing your vest. You feel what I'm saying? If your vest is a nuisance to you, just to wear your vest, if it's a nuisance to you, if your vest bothers you, if your vest is too heavy or too hot, man, get the fuck out of here, man. You go and finish, gun. Because I'm just telling that struggle because I used to hear that one. That was my number one pet peeve. I used to hear that all the time. Damn, man. So now that's why some clubs come out with the jean vest. It's lighter. Man, bro, listen. Whatever is whatever, yeah. Man.
Yeah. And so, like, when I always talk to people about the foundation of the vest and to understand how it was, a lot of this process starts back with the people in terms of wars and stuff like that. One of the big icons for vests at the time and motorcycles, I mean, you can see it all throughout movies and stuff like that, with the bomber jackets, the A1s, A2 bomber jackets. That was huge. So all of the 50 bikers, you've seen the 50 bikers, they used to wear full leathers. They used to wear basically full leather jackets, tight ass blue jeans, and hair slicked back. That was the James Deans, all the rest of those dudes. So when the Vietnam War kind of came and everybody was in Vietnam, of course Vietnam had smoking. So with that process, a lot of people that came back, that's where cuts came from. They cut the sleeves off, and so cutting the sleeves off was basically like, in terms of that, was for comfort level, so that they could ride. A lot of them have figured out that as they was riding with these big leather jackets on, they couldn't ride. And so denim was hot. Denim was big time. Denim shirts and things like that. Denim jackets was hot at the time. And they cut the sleeves off for those. Eventually what they figured out with the sleeves, cut off and they was on the road, they figured out, man, these things are getting tore up, they're getting raggedy. They would take their old jeans and they would cut holes in them and peel them apart, and they would sew the holes up on the vest. So they would continue to keep their vest together. And that's where rags came from, was people look at them and say, damn, them motherfuckers raggedy. So those are just some of the things, like when you talk about cuts and you talk about rags, because there's a lot of secondary confusion on it. And again, I always tell people, man, it depends on your dynamics. Now, California, that's what I was taught. I was taught this is the separation between these two. Now, coming forward, when we look at it, there's some actual clubs that historically they wore jean jackets. There's some clubs that have wore leather jackets. And that is your club's dynamics. If your club decides you want to do that, that's your club's decide. I don't really worry about, I worry about the fishnet motherfuckers, but I don't worry about the rest of that. What I worry about, and the things that I look at, is I look at how you're taking care of it. And I'm going to tell a quick story, and some of my stories ain't quick, but I was at the spot. It was a bar, and I see this dude standing there. Now, I understand the dude's in a rival support club of my club, former club. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching him. He's John Travolta, and he takes his cut off. And he lays his cut down on a chair. So I walk over, pick his cut up, and take it over where I'm at, and I sit down with it. So now all of a sudden, after he's doing the John Travolta, he looks over and he's looking at his cut. His cut's gone. So he comes over. I mean, like I do that. And I just kind of picked it up and raised it up. He walks over and he's like, "Man, why you take my cut?" And I said, "Why'd you leave your cut down? Why'd you lay your cut down?" He's like, "Well, I was, and here again, what we're talking about is an individual. I asked him, I said, "Man, how long you been doing this?" "Oh, about 3 months." Here we are again. You have individuals, and this is the biggest problem I have with this whole thing in terms of vests. Straight up. If a motherfucker wearing his vest backwards, whoever the P and the sergeant at arms or whoever's in charge of that fucking club, you fucked up. You fucked up because you didn't educate him about his vest.
Well, hold on. That's because they didn't know. They didn't know they goddamn self.
That's not up to him to know about some stuff. A guy coming in brand new. It's not up to him. That's where clubs have to look at it. And I say this 100%. With these type of channels and these type of things, there's been a lot of education, people talking about it. Like I said last week, I'm starting to see the separation by, not having a lot of crazy stuff out there. And that's what it takes. It takes the next person to say the next thing, to say the next thing. Because I'm telling you, man, by 2008, 2009, man, there's nothing but pictures. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I used to get 100-something pictures a day of vest violations from 1% clubs all the way down to 99s. And all these pictures show the same thing. People wearing them on their chest. And to understand the aspect of that, this ain't crisscross, man. This ain't 1993. We ain't bringing that shit back. You don't ever wear your cross. That's like a disrespect to everybody that's laid their bike down, everybody that's took around, everybody that's died wearing those colors. They gave blood for those colors. They gave their heart for those colors. They gave everything for those colors, and you wearing it on your chest like it's a fucking cape. I mean, that's the shit that gets me pissed off when I see things like that. And I look at it as if it's a new person that doesn't understand that, whoever's in charge of that thing, you guys should be ashamed of yourself because you failed that person as a prospect. And then if it's a full patch, that's even worse. Because if they get to the point of being a full patch, whoa, come on, man. You're a full patch and you wearing shit on your back, on your chest, that says that your whole prospecting period wasn't a shit. It wasn't. You was probably washing dishes, washing bikes, or sweeping up floors.
How about let me, because see, this is the thing I'm gonna tell you. Now, on the white side, it may be different. It may be a lot more probing, the prospecting, the getting to know the rules may be a little bit more serious. And I'm gonna say this, and I mean no disrespect to all my black MCs, all my my black MCs, 99%ers, is that is the part that is missing on the black bike set is the education of how to, what for, when, why, and giving explanations and giving quizzes and letting people know about these different things and these different violations. And what kills me is that and I'm going to say this, and I hope this is not disrespected, but when they went to get the blessing of the OMC, whatever OMC that they got, because see, that's what it was back in the day. Back in the day, you went to the OGs, to the OMCs, to the dominants or whatever to get that blessing, but more importantly, to be educated. The leaders of that club should have been educated by the dominant. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it was back in the day. It wasn't so much a yes or no, you can exist. You went to them to make sure, they wanted to make sure that you were on point with, okay, you gonna start a club? Do what do you know about the set, the respecting the traditions and you know what I'm saying, the whole 9 yards. So because that process, let me say this now, because this is to my OGs, because that process has been watered down and has been pushed to the side, kind of, sort of, and now it's gotten to the point where, I don't even know if I can say this without being an asshole, but it's gotten to the point now where, okay, if you want to get down, put this patch on, represent us, and you down. And the education part is not being taught. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm being as respectful as I can because I don't want none of my OMCs or my 1%ers, my dominants to come at me, with that. I'm being as most respectful as I can. The education part of wanting to be an MC has been thrown to the side and it's been lost. And it's kind of it's kind of crazy because, like I tell all of you guys, I'll tell everybody, don't beat us, teach us. You feel what I'm saying? You're mad. You're out here on a bike set, and you're mad at the 99%ers for doing shit fucked up or doing crazy ass shit when they didn't know that they wasn't supposed to do crazy ass shit. Ain't nobody told them that they can't do this and they can't do that, and and this is wrong and that's wrong. Even the people that you allowed to run the MC or start the MC, y'all didn't even take the time to teach them and to make sure that they understand that they're supposed to teach them. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest problems, and maybe a fix to this solution is that if we get back to not so much just saying, no, I don't want you, we got enough clubs in the area, we don't want no more clubs. If we get away from that part of it and just say, hey, what do you know about MCing? You feel what I'm saying? Come over here, hang out with us. Not so much as to support our bar or this and this and that, but come over here, hang out and get some knowledge. Learn this shit so that when I leave this, when you leave from us, when we totally bless you to be on your own, we know that the legacy that the motorcycling has continued on in the proper way. And that's what Two Guns, that's the blessing of having you here tonight, because I'm telling you, that's the stuff that we really need to address as far as, even for example, whatever club that blessed that young lady in that video, you feel what I'm saying? That was never taught to her, because I promise you she would have never done that. So go ahead.
The biggest thing, man, and this is, I mean, you're hitting it right on the head. And I say it like this because everybody knows already I've been on both sides. So I've been on the white side and the black side. So when we look at both sides and you're looking at the overseas and you're looking at what's your name? And I'll give people a scenario, man. When I got here, I was in one nation and, man, it was a minority. I mean, we were small. So you got 300-400 motherfuckers that's on your neck at all times. So when you live a life like that, it ain't if, it's when. And so that's kind of how you have to be able to be. You have to be trained that way. It's like going to war, and there ain't no separation between being on that side and being at war. And that's how it is. It's not a question whether if it's when it's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to get confronted. You're going to have issues. You're going to have problems. So the training is just a little bit different. Things are a little bit different. I always tell people this, and this is real. I don't need a fucking bike washer. I got no fucking business for having a bike washer. I don't need a person that knows how to sweep a fucking floor. That shit doesn't do me any good. I need somebody that's got my back 100%, and I know when those rounds start zinging, he's not going to break running, because we have to be able to stand our ground and be able to take care of ourselves. Regardless of that, I'll get off that soapbox. But here's how it is. It has nothing to do with the white side, black side, whatever side you want to say. When you bless, you're taking on the responsibility. It should be. You're taking on the responsibility to teach that group that is your support club the do's and don'ts of what happens on the set. Because that was actually what MC was about. When you got your MC, that meant that you was up, your numbers was up, so you had to have your numbers. I mean, that you qualified in terms of being all male, on bikes, and you guys were basically, you had your numbers. So that was how it was. Then you learned all of the shit on the set. So when you put MC on, that meant that you adhered to the rules and regulations of the set. That meant you were trained, you were taught, you understood. It's about respect, it's about things. You were able to coexist along with the other clubs. And that was like, for everybody, that was like, man, you just shit down. Yeah. And now it's like, when you look at it, motherfucker, he just got a club going out, he throwing MC on his back. He ain't talk to nobody, whatever it is. And that's where the mistakes happen, and that's where the issues happen. And the last thing you want to do, I'm going to say this, allegedly, last thing you want to allegedly happen is have your colors upside down somewhere.
Wow.
Real talk.
Now let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know what that means, let me tell you something. Okay. let me, I'm going to say this, allegedly. Let me say this. To have your colors upside down in another club's clubhouse, meaning it just simply means that they dominated your club. Your club has totally been dominated, taken over
You don't exist.
Yeah, you don't exist. Shut down. I was going to say shut down. And that is the most disrespectful shit almost in the MC ever. Besides knocking over somebody's bike, that got to be like number 2 or 3. They got to be like that. But besides knocking over somebody's bike, which is the most disrespectful thing you could do, is to kick somebody's bike over. Hanging somebody's colors upside down in your, in the opposite or whatever is one of the most disrespectful things you can do. And back in the day, and I'm gonna say this, that used to be almost like a game. It was almost like a game to see how many you can get and how many you can hang upside down and the whole 9 yards. So it has cooled down a lot. But again, a lot of the other stuff is picked up. And all I'm saying, man, to my OGs, and I'm gonna say this in my OGs' defense, is that a lot of you cats make it hard for anybody to give a fuck. And I'm gonna say this too, in honor of Two Guns. Even the fact that he give a fuck to teach, to teach or to care that Hell, even me, like I tell a lot of y'all, I don't teach this shit for me. I already know this shit. I'm welcomed everywhere. I can walk in anybody clubhouse. I'm invited to everybody clubhouse. Me and FHO, we good. So I don't teach this shit for me to remember it. I teach it so that you can know, and that's only if you care. Because if you don't care, then you don't give a fuck about what Big Cell is saying, and vice versa, and so on and so forth. And it is what it is. But when you care and you want everybody to enjoy the lifestyle, to embrace the lifestyle, to live for the lifestyle, and to have a good time in the lifestyle, and to respect the lifestyle, and to definitely love the history of whatever it is, of what you're being a part of. That's why you do what Two Guns is doing, I'm doing, and some of the other OGs, like even my man Proof that's on here. I promise you, if you are correct in your manhood or your womanhood, and you approach any one of these cats, they are willing to sit down with you. And I'm gonna tell you something, and this is what I tell everybody, and I have to give props to my man Snowman and the regulators, hands down. I'm sorry, my man Meat, Big Meat, Quentin at the time, Jay Dozier, all of the regulators at the time. When I first got on the scene and I became a regulator, shout out to Regulator MC, one of the oldest sports bike club here in Georgia. And I was prospecting. I probably had one of the worst prospects of all time because they knew I was eager, I was anxious, I had too much energy. But when I was prospecting, I was not allowed to be on the dance floor. I was not allowed to be anything. They would walk in there and they would tell me, hey, you need to find the oldest members of this club and you need to buy them a drink and sit your ass down. And when we get done, the next day, we're going to ask you what you talk about and what you know. You feel what I'm saying? That was how I had to do it.
Well, I mean, one of the things and I'll touch on some of the stuff we was talking about, but one of the things that I'm going to say this, and first off, I want to say this, when I speak about doing stuff and I talked about the vest, I want you to understand times is different now. Things that we did back in the day and stuff that was done back in the day, you do it now and you facing luggage. You facing a gang enhancement charge and things like that. So Don't be stupid and think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and do something like that. That's stupid. The second you touch somebody's cut, that's gang enhancement, everything else. You don't even have to be in it. They're gonna automatically, and if you don't understand what that is, that's 7 years on top. So regardless of what it is, they already started at 7 years. So, you gotta be, you don't do stupid things and do things. There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras, any place that you go to, you're gonna walk through 7 or 8 cameras the second you step outside your house. So, that's the first thing I want to say. But one of the things that, I think it overshadows OGs being able to actually get a chance to communicate and talk and people ask questions is, first and foremost, is clubhouses have turned into clubs. And places that used to be, like a nice spot for you to go and break bread with somebody. Now the music's so loud you can't hear nothing.
Wow.
Or, you got to walk outside to be able to even think that. So, we've had a time where, like bike night. So we understand bike night used to be when motherfuckers got together and guess what? They worked on their bikes. That was fucking bike night.
That was bike night.
Well, let me say that again. It was about drinking. But that's how bike night started. Bike night started by everybody getting together and they would say, yo, I'm going to open my garage up. Y'all come through and we got some beers or whatever it is. And if you need to get your bike fixed, come through and get your bike fixed. Like clubs would do that. And then people that would support clubs, they would do that. And eventually it just people just started coming to hang out to learn stuff. And in those days, 70s and 80s, I would say 80s, mid 80s, it was hot. I mean, bike nights was big time in terms of people working on bikes and hanging out, whatever it was. And bike nights kind of fell off for a little bit. And then the 2000s, they came back real strong. But when they came back, it wasn't about bike nights historically. It was about partying and drinking and hitting the club up and trying to holler at some ass. And in that, we've lost the knowledge. We've lost that. You know, like I go into places and you won't see me in a club. You're not going to see me at this club. You're not going to see me at that club. You're going to see me at a hole in the wall. And if if I go to a clubhouse, you're not going to see me at the dance floor. You're going to see me in the back room somewhere because I'm looking for the oldest members so I can get some information and some knowledge. But that's just because I always wanted the information. I always wanted the knowledge. But guys, nowadays, when they look at it, is we've got to take the clubhouses and take those clubhouses back. And we need to take the clubhouses back. I'm going to share this one real quick, and then I'll give it back to you. Black Bike Week. Black Bike Week historically was presented by the Carolina Knights. It was another, I can't think of the name of the first club. They were named something else before they became Carolina. But I went 3 years ago, and I went by just to see, the clubhouse, get a chance or whatever it is. And when I got there, I was there way kind of early because there wasn't really nobody there. But when people go to Myrtle Beach and they go to Black Bike Week, they don't go to show respect and love to the Carolina Knights. They go to party and enjoy themselves and hang out. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody.
It's probably people on here watching that's been to bike night that's been to Myrtle Beach at least 5 times and never even been by the clubhouse.
I mean, and they are, when I tell you, they are the foundation. They are the history. So, like I did a story about Black Bike Week. I put it up on the page. You can actually do a search on that. But those guys, they will sit there and they will have a conversation with you about the history of Myrtle Beach and how it all started. But that history is being lost because people are not going to listen and hear that history. You should be looking for information and knowledge. The OGs, man, OMCs, we got to take them streets back. Literally, I would say it like this, and I would challenge some folks, is if you have an opportunity to bring people in, just say, yo, we having a bike night this week, but I want you guys to come and we going to do a knowledge. Instead of doing a bike night, let's do a knowledge night. Y'all come in, we're going to do some drinks, we're going to talk about some stuff, we're going to turn the music down, we're going to take the pornos off, and we're going to learn some shit. Y'all can ask some questions and do stuff like that. Now, there are some clubs here in North Carolina that actually do that. They do that. And I'll shout out, I don't shout clubs out, but they know who they is, and everybody that's in the area, Fayetteville, and they know that area, and they actually have bike nights where it's knowledge. And that is so important that it needs to filter down and needs to push back. I'll throw it to you there.
Wow. Hey, so, and again, man, understand this. Because I know a lot of y'all grown motherfuckers right now saying, "Sell, I ain't got to listen to a motherfucking thing. I ain't got to listen to nobody tell me shit. I'm grown. I know what the fuck I'm doing the whole 9 yards." Let me tell you something. Learning never stops. Paying respects never stop. Honoring the history never stop. The motorcycle, the MC in its entirety used to be a totally private entity. People used to drive by and be like, man, you used to drive by a clubhouse and didn't know it was 200 people inside the clubhouse, 300 people inside the clubhouse. You probably would see bikes, but cool, look like a bunch of bikes, but you didn't even know it was the door. Once the door closed, it was totally silent on the outside. You didn't even know all the shit was going on the inside. I said that to say this, is that if you're out there and you're standing next to a brother with a vest on, and you hear that brother say, "Man, fuck protocol," or "Man, this shit," because one of the biggest things I used to hear, and I'm gonna say this, goddamn it, it's the truth, is "Sell, who wrote protocol? Show me the library where the book is at. Where's so you telling me I'm supposed to believe what another motherfucker said that blah blah blah? It ain't even wrote down nowhere." All this old silly shit I used to hear all the time. I used to hear that all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So if it was real, it'd be wrote down somewhere. And like I tell them, okay, everything is some of the shit is not wrote down. Some of the shit you have to know. You feel what I'm saying? Some of the shit you have to know. It ain't wrote down for you to teach you how to kill nobody, but you know how to pull the trigger when you gangbanging. You feel what I'm saying? And a whole bunch of other shit that go on around this dumbass shit. we have to get back to understanding the importance of it all. We're talking about colors tonight. We're talking about how to wear your vest, how not to wear your vest. We're talking about how it is, what it looks like. You know, how a person perceives you from the actions of just your vest. We'll be back. We're going to pay some bills, man. You guys enjoy this break. We'll be right back, man. Hope you enjoy the show, man.
Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show. The most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area. The highest quality customer service and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
Yo, what's up, man? This your boy, man, Mr. Let Me Hold Something himself, DJ Dirty. And you're listening to FHO Podcast Radio with my main man, Big Cell, the FHO ABCDEFGHNIC. Big Cell, come on, man, speak on it, man. Let's ride.
Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride dirty.
Yo, this hot boy from the Red Breed Mother Chapter out of Compton, California. We tuned in to FHO all the way from 310 to the 404. Y'all know how this shit go.
What's up, Big Cell? This is your boy Passionate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
What up? I into my Uncle Big Cell in the FHO Radio.
You're listening to MC 101 Talk Show. Live. Hosted by Two Guns. Co-hosted by Big Cell. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking facts on FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101. Where motorcycling is life.
Say, man, we back, man. I got my man Guns in the building. Two Guns it is. No diss. We live, man. We talking about that MC vest, man. How do you respect that vest? How do you wear that vest? What does that vest stand for? How can how I'm able to judge you or to not judge you? We don't judge nobody, but how am I able to take you serious according to how you treat your vest, man? So we on it tonight, keying in. We're going to get to a point where we're almost wrapping this thing up, man. And again, I love you guys. And it is time to get to the business, man. Hold on, y'all. All right, Facebook. All right, YouTube. All right, IG. IG, you got a few more minutes, man. Jackknife, 1%er. Listen. How do you tag somebody in this post? I'm not sure, Jackknife. I guess you could just share it. If you go down and hit the share button, you hit the share button, and that should share it to their page or whatever. If you're on YouTube,
and let them know they got let them know it's on the page too, man. The MC 101. So
it's on MC
so we doing a live cast. Okay,
so we're also casting live from MC 101. So if you're on that page as well on the Facebook, MC 101 Tradition and Protocol. You know, and it is what it is, man. And somebody told me to tell you, and it's going to be hard for me to say that, but somebody told me to tell you that they really do like that hat that you be flipping on and off, man. And it really just, you know, we going to have to renegotiate the contract on this show, man, about that about that paraphernalia.
Hey, my man Terrence has the hat over here, so I had to copy it and wear it for a couple of minutes. Give me a coach. I like that hat. I told him you got to get that. Let him get it, man.
Hey, man. So listen, man, we're talking about the importance of the vest, man. And like I said, You kind of mentioned at what point that you really saw this insurgence of people wearing their vests backwards and having their vest, disrespecting their vest and the whole 9 yards to the point to where we are now. We don't see it as often as it now. It's because of education, but also in this thing we talked about too. We need our OGs back. You know, we need our OGs back. We need our OMCs back to come back and teach that education and that knowledge. I constantly say this all the time: don't beat us, but teach us, because a lot of the times when you catch a person out there doing something, violating one of the rules or whatever, he didn't know. You know, he really didn't know. I get people calling me all the time and say, man, they tripping. Ain't nobody told me nothing. And that's the part that we have to fix. Again, now, ignorance of the law, don't give it ain't excusable either, but I'm just saying it's.
You touched on something, man, that you know, and that's the main argument. Every time it's always gonna be like, there ain't this, ain't written down. And I always used to say this to people. I'm like 95%, I would say 99.9% of this shit is common sense. It's common sense. It's the way you was raised.
Yeah.
And so you wasn't raised, well, I mean, unless you was crisscross era. But, you know, what I look at it is you understand how to wear a coat and wear the jacket. You understand how to do things the right way and the wrong way. Now, the MC has it caveats and ambiances and things like that. But guess what, man? Like, everybody asked me, like, yo, man, why don't you write a book? Why don't you write this book, man? You need to write this book and get this knowledge out. And I've went back and forth with it. My fear is that people will eventually just read the book instead of going to the OGs. That has been my fear. It's the reason why I've never got to the point where I wanted to do things like this, because I want people to be able to go out there and hit the OGs. I want them to go and talk to the old school cats. I want them just to get on the road and see an old ass man and walk up to him at the rest area. Hey, how you doing, man? I'm this, I'm that. Them old motherfuckers, the gray motherfuckers walking around, barely walking, man, they got so much knowledge, it's ridiculous. And that's how I ended up meeting a couple one percenters when I was an independent. I would see him in the what's the name? Shit, I rode with a dude for 2 years. I didn't even know his fucking name. And that's all it was. But he would always break bread and he would always just give me some information. Like, man, this is how we do it. This is how we used to do it. You know, this is how we used to do it. And those are things that we have to get back to. In terms of vests and things like that, I want people to understand, man, your vest it should be everything to you. It should mean something to you. One of the last things I'm address, man, and I'll talk about is I'll tell you how I do mine. My vest goes in my safe. It's locked away. I put it in my safe because I live in a different world. You may not have to do that. You may be able to take your vest off and put it in your garage. But no, I can't. My vest for the federal government for a long time, you know, at my former club, my vest was a prize. And guess what? The second that some shit happens with your club, they're gonna throw it all over social media, and they're gonna plaster it all over social media. Your vest, and this and that. The second you do something wrong, you could go out and do a bunch of events, have Christmas in July. You could have all these things. You could do so much good for the world. The second you do one thing bad, they're gonna plaster you all over there. So protecting your vest and making sure that you protect where you put your vest, and that vest should never come out your hands. Like I said, the only time that my vest comes off my back is when I'm putting it away at night, or when somebody comes and gets it because I'm dead, one of the two. Other than that, we just, you know, it's got to be something, it's got to be that point where either I'm going to die for my vest or that's just how it is. And maybe it ain't that serious for a lot of folks, and maybe it's not like that for, you know, you say 99.9% of the people, but for us out here, 1%ers, it's that important for us because it means everything to us, because we fought tooth and nail to be able to hold that vest, to be able to honor that vest. And everybody that died and laid their bikes down and they're in jail right now, confinement for the rest of their life, they paid the ultimate price for you to wear that fucking cut. My former nation did it for 10 fucking years. So if you do it at a point where you disrespect, and I see a couple guys that are from my former nation here, but I would say that if you do that shit after knowing what they went through for all that time, you have no fucking respect whatsoever. And then that just, for me, I don't have no respect for you, because there's a lot of people out there fighting, so you have the right to be able to keep that vest and put it on your back, because they really don't want you to have it. So,
wow, that aspect of it has not hit home with us as far as Black Shed, as far as how the federal government is trying to make it to where we can't even wear a vest, and then if you do wear it, you can't have what they're trying to put a law in. What is it, more than two people together at one time? Was it two?
Australia has a law that you can't have more. Australia has a law that you can't have more than 3 people in one area. Otherwise, it's legitimately 6 months in jail.
Yeah, and and they're trying to bring that over here as well for some of it. And that's another and that's another topic too. And again, for us, for us as blacks, we don't really even consider that to ever be true on our end, because we figure, hey, we're not the ones doing this. This is a 1% problem, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When they pass the laws, when they pass these laws, they don't pass the laws to say, hey, it only applies to these people. It's going to have the writing in there, but best believe you're going to be able to they will be able to use it against you at any time that they want to. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to set a precedent.
Yeah. They're trying to set a precedent. So once they set the precedent, they can say, you all are this way.
Yeah. So, and that's when that goes when it comes to vest. But wearing your vest backwards, okay, I'm going to tell another thing, because another thing is still a lot of people ask too, why you can't wear your vest while you're riding in your car.
The way it comes down to it, and this is the way I was taught. You don't wear your vest in a car because ultimately, if you do get pulled over, you just basically gave them a reason to fuck with you, to search your car. So it's two factors. The first factor that I was taught was nothing Correct. Ever touches your back. Nothing. People, place, not. Hey, motherfucker, get your ass off my back, man. Like when you shake somebody, you give a person a hug, or you just like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Give them a that. You should never be at the point where you're touching the person's center patch. Anytime I hug somebody, I'll kind of touch the top of the back. I won't touch their colors, because those colors are sacred. Those colors have blood on them. I mean, literally. And it's not about, somebody did. No, they got blood on them, man. Somebody died. Somebody did that. So in order for you to do that, it may not be your club. Somebody did. Somebody died for it. And so when you look at it, the first thing is nothing should touch your club. Nothing should touch. I was taught you take your colors off, you put your colors in the trunk. You fold them inside out so nothing touches your colors. You put them in the trunk because that takes a warrant for you to get into your trunk. If they pull you over and all of a sudden you don't have a license, or you don't have this, or you don't have that, now all of a sudden you're out the car with your vest on. Ultimately, they can search you and they can actually confiscate your vest, and there's nothing you can do about it when the vest is off your body. That's just how it is.
Wow.
So now, and I want to explain this, when you go to jail, and if you do get locked up with your vest on, they're supposed to take your vest and they're supposed to put your vest in evidence, and they will basically give you, your changing clothes. Well, guess what they're going to be doing with your vest while you're in jail? They're going to be taking pictures with it. They're going to be doing stupid shit with it so that they can, and I can tell you this without a doubt. I've seen it. I've actually seen the pictures where police officers are taking pictures with people's vests and stuff like that from 1% clubs. Guys never knew about it. Whatever it is, the pictures filter down. Next thing you know, they're pissed off about it. But there ain't nothing you can do about it because it's now their property. And that's the reason why my vest stays in my house. It stays in my safe, because guess what? You need a warrant to go in my safe. You need a warrant to go in my trunk. Anything that is reachable by you is what's called fruit of the search. A police officer can search. So if you can reach behind your thing in your car, and you can reach back there, they can search. So that's the reason why you don't have your colors with you on your person in terms of that when you're in a cage. For me, it's always been that way. Nothing ever should touch your back.
One of the things I'm gonna tell you too, and I learned this from one of my OGs. You have two kind of greetings from individuals. Okay, like my OG from Wheels of Soul would tell me, "Sel, if I open my arms and I reach out to you like that, I want you to walk into me, and at that point, I greet you, I touch you, you touch me, and that part is it's on opening on how a person reach out to you. Have you ever heard that or no? Yeah. So when he does that, when he would do that, he would bring, we would come in, he would, pat me on my back, on my colors, I would pat him on it, and he told me that time I'm allowed to do that, and that was just really a big show, a sign of respect.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and that's really, it depends on the people, it depends on the clubs and stuff like that. Some clubs are like that. Hey, you've earned that respect, you've done that, this and that. But for the general public, anybody, regular, ordinary motherfucker come up and touch your colors?
No.
I had somebody come up, man, and I was standing there, and they came back behind me, and then, just kind of reached out.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, man, What the fuck is you doing, man? Don't touch my fucking color. Oh man, my bad. You already, you don't want the wolf up. You know what I mean? You don't touch somebody's color. That's like for us, 1% is for me. I'm gonna just say for me because I can't talk for every 1%. But for me, you touch my fucking colors. That means that's a disrespect for me because you should never do that. You should never be touching my back. Yeah, point blank.
I'm the same way as well as that too, and especially if I don't know you or you're not in that graces. But I just wanted to speak on that because one of my OGs taught me that, like, if I reach out both my arms, that's for you to come in, and we're gonna pat each other. That is me showing you the ultimate respect, allowing you to touch my colors and me touch yours. We're embracing each other at the same time, and once he taught me that, I understand it. He said that is something that the person has to present. If they don't present it, then you do the handshake. Hey, how you doing? And you keep it pushing, but never like even walk up behind somebody and hey, brother, how you doing? And all these things I teach my members, FHOMA. I teach the family, how important that is, and even with family, like I teach my family as well. For whatever reason, you have to take your vest off. If we're somewhere like I forgot where we were. We were, I want to say. I think we may have been in Texas or somewhere. Well, anyway, where we were, one of my members had to go use the restroom, and there was nowhere for him to put his vest. So he took it off, and I said, "Hey, you hand your vest to a club brother. You hand it to a club brother. So and he's responsible for that vest. So now you can go do what you got to do, and when you come back, he's to present your vest. Give your vest back to you. But you never just set it down." Unattended, so it's just different things, man, that I've learned that I've taught in the whole 9 yards. So,
club bylaws should, I hate to say it, man, if you ain't looked at your club bylaws, you don't know what your club bylaws say, well, that's the first problem. Second thing is most club bylaws, they're going to address who can maintain or who can possess your cut. So they're going to specifically say, this is, these are the people that can hold your cut. A club member, full pass member. It could be your old lady in some clubs. Some clubs allow prospects to touch. My former nation ain't nobody but a brother. That's it. Yeah. Nobody else. Yeah. And that's just kind of how it was. You're not supposed to maintain any possessions. Even prospects don't maintain possessions of the cuts. But 100%, man. I can tell you this without a doubt. One of the California OG bros, and I thought he was joking. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm about to go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Okay." He said, "No, I gotta go to number 2." And I'm like, "Okay." And he was like, "I need you to hold my cut." And so I said, "Hey, just give me something, man, on this one. I'm trying to understand where you're at with it." And he said, I understood, you got to sit down. So I understood that. And I said, "But man, give me some knowledge on this one, man." He said, "The last place that you ever want to be at with your cut on is in the stall." Is in the stall. The last place, because people can't see you. They can't see what's going on. Now, nobody should go to the bathroom by themselves anyway if you're an OMC or 1% club. You should be doing it anyway. 99s, you should be doing the same shit too. Never should go to the fucking bathroom without you being able to keep an eye on them and see what's going on. But you don't ever want to be in a stall by yourself or be in a stall. When I go to the bathroom, man, I turn halfway. Motherfucker see my dick, you see my dick. But you ain't going to come up behind me like that. That's just kind of how it is, and I won't get in the stall. I just, I'll wait for a stool to get to come out, or the toilet, whatever it is. But those are things, man, like small little things that just caveats that you need to understand. But I can tell you this without a doubt, them OGs going to be able to be the one to tell you about your nation, about your club, about your bylaws, about things that you should know about. And you got to be in them dudes' ears, man. You got to be thirsty for that knowledge. Again, man, we always prospecting, and the only information that you basically going to gain here is the information that you're seeking. If you're not seeking it, you're going to lose it. And that's what's happening on the net right now.
That's what's going on, man. The man just dropped some major jewels. Now, a lot of this stuff, like I said, I knew, and I've been blessed to sit down and have these, to have these things, and just to know them, man, and pass them on. I try my best to pass them on. The part about nothing should ever cover up your colors, and why your colors are important on your motorcycle, I tell people this all the time as well, is that if you're on your motorcycle and I'm behind you and I'm coming up on you, your colors tell me friend or foe. I don't have to see you. I don't have to see you. I don't need to see you. I just need to see your colors. In some instances, your colors are more important than you as a person, hands down. In some instances, they mean more than you. You know what I'm saying? Because those colors will get you in and or out of a situation. Period. Point blank. It just all depends on who it is. So that's the reason why you never ride with anybody on your motorcycle covering up the cuts. You feel what I'm saying? The colors shouldn't be covered up because you want to give little mama a ride, and she's from another social club, or she's from a social club or whatever, and she has on a vest. And I walk and I pull up on the bike and I see her colors first. Yeah. And I see her colors first. So these are just different things, man, that, you know, you guys can be taught. I speak on these things, Guns, and speaking on them tonight. And it's really just confirmation, Guns, because I've been telling people this for the longest. And I'm glad that you even, again, care to share this knowledge and to bring it to the forefront. Because like I said, man, we got a lot of people doing a lot of unknown dumb shit, not on purpose dumb shit. It's a difference between on purpose dumb shit and unknown dumb shit. So that's what it is, man.
Yeah, I generally think that people out there, and what I've seen on both sides, I generally think people, I mean, there's such a great love for this MC shit now. I mean, it's definitely changed from the 70s and the 80s. There's some folks out there, man, that got a lot of love on these streets, man, and they put it down on these streets, man. I mean, and they doing it. And then, you know, but you look at it and you say the same thing is we're not going to continue to grow and continue to learn and continue to do things unless we're actually on them streets and learning on them streets. And you know, I used to get on people about this, and I used to tell them, man, you can't be fucking gangster in the clubhouse. You know, you got to be out there on them streets, and you got to show your flags, and you got to represent yourself. And that's just kind of how that's it, man. I mean, if you're not representing, why the fuck you got the vest on? I mean, that's kind of.
So again, man, I want to say this, man, to my peoples in Memphis, we love you. Again, that picture was in no way, shape, form, or fashion to hurt, harm, or endanger the brand. Those ladies are doing their thing right now. They're a powerhouse in Memphis. And again, that picture that we used for the show was an old picture, over 10 years ago, over a decade ago. And the female that you tried to find in that picture, she is an awesome individual doing her thing. I love you, sis, and I hope that this helps to kind of, you know, ease that whatever, you know, that it may have caused, any kind of confusion that it may have caused earlier. My man, Two Guns, as always, brother, it's my pleasure. It's an honor. It's a privilege to have you. I know the people should enjoy you on this, man.
Let her know, man. If she's out there listening, man, let her know. And y'all understand on MC 101, man, as a courtesy, man, you know, if I post something or whatever it is, all you got to do is reach out. You reach out to me and just say, yo, you know, we understand what you're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. And I'll pull it down, man. It's, you know, the whole thing that comes down to is about knowledge. And it was used to actually just present some knowledge or whatever it is. But when we get out of here, man, we're going to pull it down. You know, it ain't about trying to disrespect anybody. It's about teaching. And a lot of people said earlier, man, is like some of the stuff that we did back in the day. I mean, you know, you know, but when you look at it, it's education or whatever it is. And we ain't trying to, you know, I'm not trying to make anybody or any chapters, any clubs and stuff like that feel some kind of way about it. This ain't the other page, man. This is my page. And my page is all about understanding knowledge. And we agree to disagree sometimes, all right? So we all good with that. But I'm going to be in Memphis. You know, when shit happens with Tim, I'm going to have to make the trip out to Memphis. I'll be doing my thing out there. So
when you get out there, man, make sure you call me, because I'll make sure that you at least can try to work something out. If you know, I know you're going to be handling the Tim stuff, but at least to meet these ladies, man, and to meet their club that they're affiliated with, I'll definitely turn you on to them as well, man. Yeah, because that's definitely something, man. I know they would love that. So, again, man, we love you, brother. We thank you. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Oh, man, just, you know, your people, man, listen to your folks out there, man. You got a lot of guys, man. You know, stop making excuses for not learning, man. Get out there, find them, and they'll give you knowledge, man. They'll be more than happy. You know, say, let me get you a beer, whatever it is, soda if they don't drink, and get that knowledge, man. That knowledge, you got to be thirsty for it all the time.
There it is there, my man. Two Guns, ladies and gentlemen. It's been another successful MC 101. Every Wednesday, tune in around 7 o'clock. We try to bring it to you, man, and appreciate the love, appreciate my man Two Guns. I hope you guys can enjoy seeing him on video. I've been working hard to bring this thing. You remember just when we first started, I told you I was going to try to figure this thing out, huh? So, yeah. So, again, I hope you guys... I got to make
that trip to Atlanta, man, so we can do a live one, man.
You already know you got a place to stay and everything, man. So there's no issues. I promise you that, brother. I love you, and I appreciate everything, man. So that's what it is, man. So shout out to my man Two Guns. MC 101 protocol and tradition. If you don't, go to Facebook, put in a thing. They screen everybody on the page. You don't just get it on the page. You have to answer some questions and some other stuff. It's a hell of a page. It's a true page of MC protocol and knowledge. Sometimes some things are a little hard for us to take, and some things, you know, are kind of hard to deal with, but we here, man, and it's definitely the real as real as it can get, man. And that's the man right there. And I'm bringing you guys as much knowledge as I can. I hope you guys been loving the shows that I've been bringing, loving the platform, loving the format, man. We here, man. We trying our best to bring the set back into what it used to be, man, and to bring this thing all the way together. Thank everybody for their donations. If you haven't donated, you can donate via Cash App, $FHOHNIC, or PayPal, fasthardies@gmail.com via PayPal. Your donations help me to keep doing what I'm doing. They help the page to grow. They help everything that you see, man, to be what it is. The lights, the cameras, the action, the whole 9 yards, man. And we can't do it without your donations, and we can't do it without you. So we love you. It's your boy Big Cell, FHOHNIC. As always, I'm going to leave you guys with 5 things. Ride your ride, mind your business, stay in your own lane, have enough love in yourself to have some love for me, and always, 2019 going to 2020, ride for love and love to ride, man. We gone, man.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
What's up, Big Cell? This is your boy Passionate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Yo, this hot boy from the Red Breed Mother Chapter out of Compton, California. We tuned in to FHO all the way from 310 to the 404. Y'all know how this shit go.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Cell, man, the FHONICKEMMY, man. You know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, Mr. MB everywhere.